Looks like someone was drinking on the job and left their garbage for me. Start of another week. We are a little bit behind schedule. We had some prior commitments before we actually bought this property, so we had to get those done. So we lost some days there, but we're back at the house. So still getting ready for electricians and plumbers to come in. This is the upstairs bathroom. Today I think I'm going to work on taking off the drywall up here for the party wall so we can fix that. Same with this wall. There's an attic space in behind the vanity wall, and it's just not sealed properly. So I'm just going to remove the drywall on that whole vanity wall so we can replumb for the new double sink vanity, and then we can fix up the insulation and vapor barrier and do all that correctly. We also have the counter plug, which is kind of in a weird spot. So we're going to take out the medicine cabinet, which I probably should have done a while ago. I'm gonna see if it's gonna be an easy move for that plug. If it's easy, I'll do it, and then the electrician won't have to deal with it. So we'll get that bathroom ready for the plumbers, and the electrician has some lights to move in there, so we'll get all set for that. So we have finished removing the drywall I wanted to remove in this upstairs bathroom. This is our vanity wall. You can see all the lovely black insulation. So this is where the old shower was. So a lot of people may think this is actually mold on the insulation, but we're not seeing any black spots on the lumber itself. And it actually gets worse as we go this way, further away from the shower. So black on insulation is also an indication of an air leak. So in this wall, from about here up, we have an attic space in behind, and the vapor barrier wasn't sealed properly. So it's possible an air leak from the attic coming into this wall, but also in this wall, the bedroom below, there's actually the old cold air return from the bedroom is in this wall cavity, and they have never actually sealed off that return properly. So it was basically pulling air through this wall cavity, which is most likely where the air leak's coming from, and adding to that extra dust. I'm just gonna go ahead and pull it all out and put in new insulation. We're gonna seal the bottoms here properly for the attic space, put up new vapor barrier, and then we'll deal with sealing off that cold air return properly, just so it doesn't happen in the future. Yeah, more little things to deal with, but only takes a little extra time to make it better. We're all sealed up. We have our new shower head pipe in, which is on the warm side of the wall, which is the way it should be, and it wasn't like that before, so corrected that. You can see we've sealed along the bottom. I've actually left this side unsealed because this light's moving. I think we're ending up with two pendant lights up here, and then we added this rigid foam insulation and then spray foamed around it just to make sure it was nice and airtight. And you can see we do have some acoustic seal, but we've also tuck taped the bottom just to try and make sure we're as airtight as possible. Medicine cabinet's out. This plug looks like it's going to be no problem moving it over to here. And we also found a whole bunch of garbage from the original build. I got a nice little stubby bottle. Looks like someone was drinking on the job and left their garbage for me.
I just showed up at the house and I'm super excited. Chris and I are going to be laying out the kitchen today. We're also going to be finalizing the hardwood selection, so I'm super excited about that. And the kitchen samples are here, so I am going to have a very fun design day. But when I got here, I noticed that Chris has all these little piles. So I'm just going to grab these and move them down. I'm showing everybody our little piles.
What piles?
The little cute things.
Oh, the stuff that's ugly and I think Heather will like.
Look, these are the random things that he found in the house, and he's right. They're not ugly. Like, excuse me, this copper pot is amazing. What does he know anyway? So, kitchen day.
Where are we starting?
I have all the samples ready to go.
Are we starting with that, or are we starting with layout?
We should start with layout, I think.
I think so too.
Fine, Draper. So I think we just need to basically make a line from this bump out straight across, and then we know at least how deep off this corner that this bump out's going to be. That is a fancy little computer holder you've got there, Draper.
It's yeah, Festool exclusive. There is our fridge opening.
Pantry door is flush with the fridge cable.
Okay.
Now I'm wondering if the fridge needs to be wider now that I see the little fridge. Can I see the tape measure? This amount that projects from here, the 16 inches, I want that to be drywall that comes out here, 16 inches. So that basically when this is all built, the cabinet looks like it's mirrored in
Right.
matching
Okay, yeah.
drywall.
No, that makes sense. What you're saying is more framing.
But I'm so excited about my little bar cabinet. I think it's going to be so beautiful. After the fridge is a 24-inch cabinet, 36-inch bank of drawers, range 36-inch bank of drawers. More importantly, from this exterior wall, from this fridge wall here, to where the cabinet is for the fridge. So if I'm the cabinet for the fridge.
You said that was the fridge wall. Did you mean sink wall?
Meant sink wall. We need to mark the center line of that because that's where my range goes.
And we're back.
With yet another fancy tool. So from there to the sink wall, we just need the center line.
And there's 36-inch on each side, you said?
Yeah, a 36-inch base cabinet on each side of the range. Because we pulled this pantry out to line up with the deeper fridge, I want then the front of all these cabinets to line up with this. If we build that little wall, I kind of want to build it a little high because I have this beautiful idea of bringing up the marble backsplash, and then I want to cap it with wood. It's on my Pinterest. If you're following me there, you may have seen it.
You're going to have countertop coming this way that has to return onto something.
Oh, okay. So set them back just enough so that the countertop returns onto the fridge cable. Good catch, Draper.
So
He's been doing a lot of kitchens over the years. New kitchen. It's going to be so big.
I can't see my laser.
I'm very excited for this kitchen. Oh, I have to go stand so that the laser has something to land on. Really good, 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 good. Okay, so that's the front of all the cabinets. We need to just mark out where the sink is going. So the sink cabinet is 3 feet. So just enough space for a filler there.
2 inches. And this is doors, you said?
Doors, yeah.
That'll work.
And then can we also lay out the island? Do you feel like the 30-inch fridge is too small? Because we can't get rid of this bit of wall here. In order to get the clearance and the seating, I wanted to do this rounded off eating bar. So we just have a couple of seats that round the corner, and then that pinch point doesn't get too tight. That's why I want to get the island laid out, because I want to make sure that the spacing is nice here.
So once again, everything's in our way.
How much more do you need moved?
Linda's.
How about this whole wall?
So it would come to the end of the level.
I am so glad that we were able to get rid of this wall.
We'll have about 38 inches once,
From this
once
wall.
that wall's
Okay,
gone.
well, it's a little bit tighter than I would like. I think we're better off to have a bigger island, more cabinetry.
It'd be nice having the large surface area though.
Yeah, for sure.
So how long?
So I have 1, 2, 3 24-inch base cabinets here.
Where's the curve start? At the end of that?
Yeah, exactly. It starts at the end of that 12-inch cabinet. I think it's going to end up being way too tight on this corner. I'm not entirely sure. Like if somebody was sitting here, you wouldn't be able to get by them or anything. But if we take off that 12-inch cabinet that was here and push everything 12 inches that way, then I think it's great.
I think even without that 12-inch cabinet,
Yeah.
I think it's still
A decent
a
size
decent
island.
size island.
Okay, great.
I think you're right. It softens up.
Yeah.
That corner might make it easier to walk around.
Yeah, okay. I think we keep it. Remember how enormous and annoying it was? It was so much bigger. See all that framing? That was all ugly bulkhead. Ooh, dust on my camera. Sorry about that. Got it all marked out?
Yep. Everything is laid out.
I'm so excited about this marble rise here and then the little ledge. That's going to be so beautiful. I have our lights. So these are the lights that we both liked for the kitchen. And I found a random piece of cardboard and I made a little template to like figure out where... Will you hold that for me so I can see if I like the spot?
You don't want it centered.
No, I want it kind of closer to the hood fan. It just unifies it and gives more visual weight to everything. So be out just a touch. So I don't know exactly like that circle. The circle that's on here
Yeah.
is, I think, kind of where the back plate ends up being.
It looks small for a back plate.
Well, listen, it's a little sketch on cardboard. Perfect. Oh my God, it's a kitchen. Okay, now can we finally dig into those samples? Editing Heather here. I am so in love with the sketch that's on the wall, and I wanted to let you know that in next week's video, I'm going to give you a complete tour of full sketch on the wall, which is stunning, and all of the finished selections, not just the cabinet. So you should subscribe right now because you know you don't want to miss that. I can't wait to open them. So we have all of these hardwood samples. These are the two that we narrowed it down to the other day. I guess that was a couple weeks ago, wasn't it? So we also have the samples from the Ikea custom door place. Been waiting forever to open these.
Yeah, can't wait to see those.
Do you have a knife? Oh wait, I don't even know if I need one. I think I could just rip them open. I do not know how. Come out. What is the secret password to get into this box? Oh. Okay. Ooh. Door number 1. I ordered the oak finish, and this is the slim shaker profile that I think is so gorgeous. I'm not sure I'm in love with the color. It's a little yellow.
So I'm not 100% on it yet with the flooring. What's behind door number 2?
So I got the other finish I got, and I've been talking about it because this is the one that I've always sort of been hoping I would love. Ooh, and they sent a couple of the lacquer samples as well because I want to do what is happening here. How gorgeous is this color? I'm a very big fan of that. Yeah, see, that's pretty. And then they also sent a cream, which is always nice. We love a white kitchen. We are not mad at a white kitchen. And the other finish is the walnut. What do you think of that?
Yeah, I'm liking that.
Like it, right?
Let's see it by the flooring.
I really like the richness. I didn't know that they were sending us these. I had asked for some lacquer samples, but the sand color I love. What do you think if it's that? And we take out the wood altogether.
You take the wood out altogether, or would you do the island in walnut?
Well,
or?
my idea was that I would do the island in the wall. And then what I was actually thinking was the perimeter in some sort of like pretty sandy color. The only thing is I find the walnut kind of orangey as well. I have these other samples. I don't really like these either, actually.
They very gray for the one.
This company, they're just
a veneer.
Yeah, at least this company, they have the solid doors, so they're way like, this one weighs a ton.
So not on particle board.
Exactly, yeah.
So who's that from?
So these ones were by a company called Ikea out of Quebec. And they make all of these like really well-made doors because this one too feels so much more substantial than these ones. What do you think about just all the taupe and no contrasting island? Because of course I want to do that butcher block little lip here.
Right. So
and then I want the butcher, this over here on the bar, I want this whole countertop to be the butcher block.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely like the wood tones, but where do you have the taupe?
Yeah.
So you're thinking just taupe, not the white.
We could do a taupe island and a white perimeter, but I'm kind of liking just all the taupe. I like how it goes. And what about with this floor? Like, it's beautiful with both floors. I think we're just doing taupe kitchen.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be nice.
I think it's going to be beautiful. And I really like, because the colors like tone in so much, there's not very high contrast. Because it is a small space, it's going to make it feel a lot larger when it's very sort of simple.
Oh,
yeah,
right.
When you have that break in contrast, it really sort of gives your eye somewhere to stop and it starts to sort of enclose the space on you. So, okay, I think that that's going to be stunning. Okay, well, my next step, I just want to take this hardwood and this cabinet sample to the countertop place.
Right.
And just do, yeah.
It all works together.
Exactly.
Okay, so now that our wall's patched, we're going to put in our final piece of lumber for that wall. This is the piece I cut the other day, and I even marked the side the crown of the board is on to make sure we can get everything lined up in the same direction on our wall. So if you look down your board, you can see which way the crown goes. And then I always mark to keep things consistent. So I'll show you on all the other studs that I've put in. I've marked the crown and I have them all in the same direction. This is the last one to go in. The reason you want to do that, if you have the crowns mixed up and you look down the wall, it'll wave. But if you line everything up, it'll be nice and consistent.
A little tour guide on our way to our marble. Chris is back there with our samples. Here we are. Oh, you know what? They've turned it around. I do wish we could see it a bit better. It looks great. So yeah, for flooring, which one do you think is better? Ooh, actually the darker is kind of nicer, hey? It's a little bit richer.
I like the darker the best.
Yeah, you like the darker? And then cabinet color.
Ooh, that's pretty.
Looks good, hey?
Oh my god, but
Can I see the lighter again? But you like the contrast to the dark.
There's a lot of veining in this.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of veining in that. I'm not sure I love that happening together. Like I like when this one goes here. You get a lot more richness. Man, I really thought when we left today that it was going to be the lighter floor, but now I definitely think the darker floor is the better floor for sure.
We are just wrapping up the week again. I'll kind of show you what we got up to this week. We actually moved an appliance down here. I managed to do that myself. I've managed to get a whole bunch of supplies. So we have our tub, bathroom sinks and vanities already, and the shower controls are there to do rough ends. Still have some lumber because I think Heather said last week in the last video I finished the framing, but I did not. We have most of our mechanical room framed in. We've got these 2 water lines. We're just waiting for plumbers to disconnect those and rerun them, and then we'll get that last wall framed up. I don't know, feels like not a lot happened this week, but we did get some tedious things done. And hopefully we'll do a bit of catch up next week and get some sub trades in and get electrical and plumbing going.